Yeah, but Pauline, I think monoculture is seen as too extreme a term. It suggests we don't allow for variations in background in this country, which are obvious around the country when you look at Indians, Italians, Sikhs, Chinese, Middle Eastern people.
We just watched her. She said in her speech we're multiracial.
We are a multiracial society, but we must be monocultural.
Today, Pauline Hanson's speech attacking multiculturalism, it was in turn attacked as mean and divisive and racist by people including the Human Rights Commission.
It's racist to want your own culture in your own country now. G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now what Pauline Hanson said here just blew up the whole country. Australia is going crazy because of this statement.
Undeniably, immigration or immigration policy has our country in the state of crisis.
Yep.
At the centre of this crisis is the utterly flawed policy of multiculturalism. We cannot be a multicultural society. We are a multiracial society, but we must be monocultural.
That's right. So that statement there has blown up the political landscape. Everyone is going crazy about it because, like she's done for 30 years, going against this multicultural agenda, replacing Australian culture and saying people need to come here and not assimilate and we'll be multicultural and everyone will get along. But we know that's not true. Look at Europe, look at England, and look at Australia now. It's falling apart because we need one culture. We need unity. Diversity is not a strength. Unity is under one culture. And like Pauline Hanson clearly just said, we can be multiracial, but we need to be monocultural. We need to have one culture. That means Australian culture. You can come from other countries. It's nothing about your race. You can still celebrate your culture, but you have to be Australian first and assimilate to Australian culture. For some reason, this part in the speech has sent the Liberal Party crazy, sent all the reporters crazy, sent the whole left-wing radicals crazy, calling her racist and extremist, saying she doesn't want anyone here that's a different skin color. She just literally said we're multiracial. So I don't know what they're talking about. Even Angus Taylor's come out attacking her, the Liberal Party. So I don't know what's going on. We're going to get into it today. We're going to show you some clips. We're going to look at some speeches, people calling out Angus Taylor because he's meant to be against mass immigration. Then all of a sudden, when it goes against multiculturalism, oh no, that's too far. You want just Australian culture in Australia? That's crazy. That's racist. Like, what are you talking about? What do you think you're voting for and supporting with One Nation? Why is the media trying to act like it's shocking that we want Australian culture only in Australia and people to come here and assimilate? What do you think we're pushing for? What do you think's going on? We can have people from other ethnicities come here, but they have to come here to be Australian, like they've done for hundreds of years, and it's always been great. It's only this push for multiculturalism that has started to destroy the country. So, this is Angus Taylor. Look what he said here. Let me just show you this clip.
Under a coalition government, the door will be shut to people who don't subscribe to our core beliefs.
So, sounds like there, he's trying to push for people to come here for our beliefs and be Australian. But apparently not. Apparently that's not what the Liberal Party want, because when you say you want monocultural, just want Australian culture in Australia, he freaks out. And this is a statement. I don't know why I couldn't find the clip, but here's a statement of what he said. I judge people on their character and their conduct. If Pauline Hanson wants to judge people based on the colour of their skin, One Nation needs to explain that. When was that ever said? When did she say, I judge people on the colour of their skin? That is insanity. That is like so out of nowhere. It makes no sense. Did Angus Taylor even watch Pauline Hanson's speech? Or is he just trying to twist it, thinking it's going to help him, but it's going to backfire again? That's what's going to happen. Because people aren't that stupid and we can watch the speech. But let's see what Pauline Hanson said about this.
Yeah, but Pauline, I think monoculture is seen as too extreme a term. It suggests we don't allow for variations in background in this country, which are obvious around the country when you look at Indians, Italians, Sikhs, Chinese, Middle Eastern people.
We just watched her. She said in her speech we're multiracial.
We are a multiracial society, but we must be monocultural.
Allowing anyone in as long as they want to assimilate to be Australian. Monoculture just means Australian culture first, not a race. It's saying come here to be Australian. Like if I go to Japan, I'll support Japanese culture. If I went to Africa, I'd want them to have African culture. I wouldn't go there and try and change it and say we're multicultural. I'm going to set up a suburb that's my culture only, not Australian culture. That's where we're going wrong here. And how can he... What's this framing from the media all of a sudden that if you want Australian culture first in Australia and you're against multiculturalism because you don't want other cultures taking over your country, you just want Australian culture in your own country, when did it become racist and radical to say, I want Australian culture in Australia? This is the whole agenda and why people are fucking sick of it.
They're all expressing some elements of their culture while embracing Australian values.
But if they're embracing Australian values, they're assimilating to be Australian. They can still, obviously, they can still cook a curry, a stir fry, whatever. Have their heritage, celebrate their new year of their country, whatever. That doesn't matter. But they still have to be Australian first.
Yeah, and if you talk to a lot of these people, also from different cultural backgrounds as I have, they said, we are Australians. We are so proud to be here. It's not just about the culture of a person, it's about the culture of the nation, who we are. Our traditions, our own cultures, our language, our dress, our laws. These are all monocultural, Chris. Yep. You can't have different laws. We don't have multicultural laws, do we? We have a monocultural law where everyone is treated the same under the one law.
That's right, Australian law, coming to be Australian. And what happened to the great, go to Australia for a better life, become Australian, live the great Australian dream? Same like the American dream, go to America and join USA, I want to be American, have the American dream. Now it's come over here, set up your own culture over here, set up your own country over here. It makes no sense.
So if people have chosen to come to Australia, don't know what they're doing, they say they want to become on board to be Australian. I think that's very important. I think that Angus Taylor, to actually criticise this, I think he's actually sitting on the fence. He can't make a decision about this. Are you Australian or you're not Australian? Do you want to just come here and take for benefit, granted what this country offers you, but you don't want to give your love to this nation?
Yep. So you can see that it's pretty basic. Come here to be Australian. I don't know when that became controversial. Apparently you come here and have your own culture here and don't assimilate to be Australian. I know that's what Tony Burke has been pushing and the Labor government, but we don't want that. Why do you think we're voting for One Nation? It's because we want Australia to keep Australian culture. We don't want it replaced. I know that's what the main agenda want, and it's shocking to see Angus Taylor out there manipulating Pauline Hanson's words, trying to back up the Labor agenda. Shows you they're the uni party, doesn't it? When they are out there saying this about Pauline Hanson, saying she's judging people on the colour of their skin. When the fuck did she say that? You absolute idiot. So let's see what Barnaby said about this as well.
Today, Pauline Hanson's speech attacking multiculturalism, it was in turn attacked as mean and divisive and racist by people including the Human Rights Commission.
It's racist to want your own culture in your own country now.
The government's envoy against Islamophobia, Anthony Albanese, Angus Taylor, the Greens,
that one.
And
see, Barnaby's like, Angus Taylor, yeah, that's bad. Want to form a coalition, then all of a sudden you're backstabbing our policies, our main policies, Australians first.
The ABC. Well, don't worry about that one, but I just wanted I wanted to get a nice list, so I'm bulking it up. And the Greens and the ABC as well, of course. With all these people against it, does that prove that Pauline Hanson's speech was bad?
Proves that she has the strength to say the bleeding obvious.
Yep.
That you can't have multiculturalism. You have to have Australian guardrails, and you work within those guardrails. Because if you believe all cultures are of an equivalence, then I suppose if you had the Inca culture here, where they said we've got to chop your head off and take your heart out and roll your head down the steps of the pyramid so the sun will rise, well, that's a culture. There's a civilization. It just has no equivalence.
Not all cultures are equal. It's not radical, it's not racist to say. There's cultures overseas that I don't want multicultural, I don't want that culture here, that oppress women, force them to be in burqas, throw gay people off buildings. Why would I want that culture here and say that's multiculturalism? No, they should come here and be Australian if they're trying to flee from that culture, not bring it over here and say it's racist to be against that culture.
And if in a culture, in its literal form, it says you've got to kill these people because they're not appropriate, then I'm sorry, we can't accept that in Australia. And I don't know where Angus was. I'm very disappointed with Angus. We have no problems with the colour of your skin. We have no problems with your faith, no problems with your creed.
No one brought up colour of their skin. It's crazy.
We're just saying that within Australia, you must work within the Australian guardrails. And some of the people who want you to work within the guardrails, listen to this, are like the gay community. They say, well, if you work outside the guardrails, we're in trouble because some of these cultures say that we're anathema. We have to be thrown off a building. And
exactly. A lot of the people that want to support this multiculturalism say you want Australian culture, they call you racist. If you let some of these other cultures in charge, you'll find out. While it wasn't a good idea and we don't want that culture.
It's just completely and utterly untenable.
And I would actually say to the human rights, one of those commissioners, you know, who said, you think one culture is better than another. You don't even have to say that. You just have to say it's like the traffic light.
I can. I think Australian culture is the best culture in the world. I think it's better than most other cultures. It's my country. I'm allowed to be proud of my country. It's not racist to support my culture. I can guarantee you the people that are calling you racist for saying you like your culture best, they will say the same thing about their culture, but they're not racist for some reason.
Right? There's no inherent virtue in everyone having to stick to the left or drive to the right, like in America. It's just, if we're going to have it, it's just safer for everyone if in one country we all stick to one lane.
Yep,
it's not to say left is better than right. It's just stick to one lane.
Bottom line is we want Australian culture in Australia. I think it's the best culture. I want it first in my own country. It's not racist. It's not radical to say. It's nothing against any other people coming here. It's just saying when they come here, they should assimilate. That was never radical in the past, but for some reason now, it makes you the worst person in the world. And even the Liberal parties are calling it out. It's absolutely insane. It shows you why we need to vote for one nation, because we need Australian culture first and not other cultures first before us. So anyway, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, join to be a member if you want to show some extra support and see these videos early. And if you're on Facebook, come over to YouTube, join in the live stream, see these videos early. It means a lot to me. Come over and support the channel and join in on the community, and we'll see you in the next video.